Fucking Rogan's on the line.
Whoa.
JoeRogan.net on Twitter. What's up, brother?
Gentlemen, what's happening?
Hello, Joe.
I'm still awake here in Los Angeles for some strange reason, and
Still
I heard
awake.
you guys were talking about Twitter or about Strikeforce, rather.
Well, we were also talking to Dr. Michio Kaku. You ever get into him or what?
Did I ever get into him?
Yeah.
Well, not literally.
He's got some good shit to say, man. He would blow your mind. I think we put him on the phone with you last time.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We talked to him. Remember,
Yeah,
we talked about
I just remembered. Yes.
life being seeded on Earth from space and all kinds of other crazy shit.
Yeah, he's talking about this volcano in Iceland. And
That's scary shit, dude. The real scary one is the one in Yellowstone. There's
Yeah,
a
he was just
caldera
talking about
volcano in Yellowstone that's 600 fucking kilometers wide.
Yeah, he was just talking about that one and how, in time, you don't know. It could be thousands, hundreds, thousands, million, whatever it is. But eventually, that whole center is just going to explode out of this country.
taking out most of the United States.
Yeah, it's a continent killer. It blows up every 600,000 to 800,000 years, and the last time it blew up was 600,000 years.
All right, let's fucking
Wait, we're
set
way
your watches,
overdue?
kids.
Oh, we're over to
That's
any
wonderful.
Time. It's literally, and they've had
Pass the
over
fucking
2,000
joint.
earthquakes there since January.
Can't they just drill a hole and vent it? Just fucking pipe it into the ocean, as I'm sure.
They've had 2,000 earthquakes since January in Yellowstone?
Yeah, more than that. More than 2,000 earthquakes since January there.
Is that normal?
No, it's not.
Oh, good. Thanks, Joe. Jesus, thanks.
Just send Rogan there to kick the volcano's ass, bro.
Man.
Man.
What's your take on the Strikeforce thing? We all know what your take would be, but not good for the sport, not good for Strikeforce, right?
Oh, well, it's not bad. It's get people looking at it. So anytime people are looking at things, it's good for them because, they need ratings and everything. But I heard you guys thought that it was fake.
Yeah, it kind of something looked a little WWE about it.
Definitely not fake. Definitely not fake.
Really?
I got a phone call from Mayhem's manager, who's a good buddy of mine, and Mayhem's a good buddy of mine as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really freaking out about it because they're worried the Strikeforce isn't going to use Mayhem anymore. And, Jason stepped into the octagon because he had a previous fight with Jake Shields. It was a real close decision, and he felt like he didn't fight it to his best. And he wanted to challenge him to try to get a rematch. And so he picked a really shitty time to do it, like right after the guy won, had, the toughest fight of his career. He got knocked down and really badly hurt in the first round. There was a lot of emotions going on, and his whole team was there. And, of course, everybody got in Mayhem's face, and they started pushing, and then a brawl broke out. It was definitely not planned.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's good to know. Well,
I'll take Joe's word for it.
The announcer sounded a bit fake, man.
The announcers sound fake. The announcers are terrible.
Yeah, they're well. That's
Shamrock is good. Frank Shamrock, I think, is good. But the guy who's like just the sports guy, with Gus, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
Those guys, they're killing my ears. It's fucking death. He doesn't know anything about MMA, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, and he's saying like, oh, this kind of stuff happens in MMA. Fucking when? When have you ever
Yeah, right.
seen shit happen in the UFC? Ever? It doesn't happen in MMA. It happens in unorganized Bush League events where they don't control the fucking cage, and they let 20, 30 guys from the camp get in there, and they let Mayhem walk up and grab the mic. You can't do that in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
They have the cages locked up. You can't get in there. You can't just walk in the middle of a fucking national broadcast on CBS and get on camera. That's just Bush League bullshit.
Yeah.
That's the real problem, is they let that happen, and they let this brawl break out.
Yeah, that did seem a little like irresponsible. If like I was saying, that's why I thought it was fake too. It's like, how does this happen?
Exactly.
How does this happen?
They're
Meanwhile,
just
it's
really badly organized. I have friends that fight for those guys, and they all complain. It's very poorly organized. It's very difficult to pull off what the UFC pulls off and make it look easy. And these guys, they see all the money that's involved, and they say, fuck it, let's get in on this. And so they throw a fuckload of money at it, and they try to put it together, but it requires a lot of getting things right. And the UFC has gone through a lot of trial and error over a fucking decade to figure it out.
Yeah, obviously. And it's true. You watch UFC and you see a professional organization at work, and you assume that anyone can just do that, and it doesn't work out.
Yeah, the ratings were not.
One thing you can never do is you can never let all those fucking psychos into the cage after the fight.
Yeah,
You can't do that.
Psychopath.
You're only supposed to have the coach, the trainers, like you have two cornermen, and one support guy that's allowed into the octagon. You're not allowed to have 10, 15 fucking guys in there. That's nonsense. And when the decision's being read, they have fucking security at the sides of the cage. Always. You don't let just people just run in there and fucking grab the mic and go, yo, when am I going to get to fight? You know, that's ridiculous.
Pull the fucking Kanye on the motherfucker. You didn't even let him fucking enjoy his moment.
Exactly.
At least he took on another man instead of
exactly. A little blonde-haired girl.
Right, exactly. Strikeforce, the ratings weren't kind for that Strikeforce.
Well, you know, they were okay. I mean, the real problem was that the show went way over. They went over an hour over their allotted time. So they went right through the news. They went a half an hour through the news and a half an hour into CSI. So the only way that I got to watch it was that I was watching it live, because I have friends that set their TiVos for it, and they got fucked. They didn't even get a chance to see the main event.
Oh, wow, that's not smart programming at all.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's all Bush League across the board. The entire production's Bush League.
Right on. Hey, what else is on your radar while we have you on the phone, Joe? Anything?
I don't know. I'm just wondering why I'm still awake.
I know. That's
really.
Weird.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm cleaning out my office. I'm organizing my office, so I'm obsessed.
Good luck with that.
Well, I'm doing my weekly podcast, and I decided to turn my office into like some sort of a studio, and so I've just been throwing everything out and just cleaning it up. Very boring stuff.
Dude, your podcast is taking off, man.
It's fun, man. I mean, I started doing it just as a goof, and now it's like the number 8 comedy podcast on iTunes. And so now I'm actually putting effort into it.
Yeah, give it a try.
It's fun. I mean, fuck, you know, I've wanted to do radio forever. I always love it when I do your show. But it's like, you know, to actually get a radio show is such a goddamn fucking pain in the ass. You know, it's so much fun to do, but it's so difficult to pull off. But
what happened with our boys talking to you?
Oh, we're going to do something. I'm going to do something once a week for 6 weeks for them. And we're going to do like a trial run.
Is he going to be on our channel, hopefully?
Hopefully.
It better fucking be.
That'd be nice.
We got you guys together. I mean, Joe Rogan's perfect for this Sirius XM
I would love it.
Perfect.
I would love to be on your channel. That would be the shit. It would be fun.
That would rule.
And expect to be paid in the tens of dollars, my friend.
That's right.
No, I'm fucking fired up for that. I told them I'd do it for free if I could just put it online.
Why would you do that?
Their eyes must have lit up there.
Why would you do that? Because that's basically what they're going to offer.
But it's
all I'm doing it for is just to advertise gigs and to show them that I could do it, and you know.
Quid pro quo.
Yeah, it would just be so much fun to do. I mean, I would get so jealous every time I listen to you guys.
Yeah.
Like, it just sounds like so much fun.
You could so do this.
Oh, hell's yeah. Hell's yeah.
All right.
And Mr. Rogan, thank you.
Yes. Well, thanks for having me on. I just wanted to clear up the whole Strikeforce mess. It definitely wasn't fake. And any questions?
That's good. Coming from Joe Rogan, I'll absolutely buy that.
Yeah, and if you guys ever have any MMA questions, feel free to email me.
Well, the WEC thing happened.
That's this weekend. I'm actually commentating on that.
Are you? That is going to be amazing.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun pay-per-view. The lighter guys are always the most fun, and Jose Aldo and Uriah Faber is the main event, and that's a sick fucking fight. That if you've never seen Jose Aldo, he's probably one of the very best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. He's like a small Anderson Silva, but he doesn't have all the psychological issues that Anderson has about like finishing fights. Yeah,
the buzz on this fight is going through the roof. So
yeah,
I'm gonna check it out. Definitely
it's pretty sick. Uriah Faber is a bad motherfucker too, so it should be real interesting. And Aldo is a freak, man. He's like literally one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys in the world. He's beaten like top-notch Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champions in straight grappling competitions, but he's won like almost all of his fights by knockout. I mean, he's an incredible athlete. Really like a freak prospect, and he's, you know, became the champion beating this guy Mike Brown, who was the guy who beat Uriah Faber twice. So it's a pretty fucking intense fight.
Now I'm confused. Why doesn't Dana bring the lighter guys into the UFC?
Well, what happens is they bought the WEC, and they have, you know, network obligations and all sorts of other things. You know, they own the WEC as well as the UFC, and the WEC is right now they air on Versus.
Okay.
So, you know, they really kind of can't do that as of right now. But, you know, they can't just start, you know, the new weight classes. But who knows what's going to happen in the future. Well, I'm just excited to be able to do commentary on these guys because I think they're underlooked. I think they're probably some of the most exciting weight classes in the world.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. And if you got an Aldo fight, I'm thinking, man, that would be great to be part of UFC pay-per-view. You move those guys up.
Want those guys to get more attention too because the WEC just doesn't have the same cachet, you know, it doesn't have the same value.
I don't know shit about the WEC, but
yeah, it's a problem with the UFC now. The brand is so huge that, you know, people just associate, you know, the best fighters in the world with the UFC, and you hear the WEC and people just go, well, what is that? It's such a small percentage of the people that actually know, which really sucks because some of the fighters are fucking incredible. I mean, they've got a bunch of great fighters over there.
Well, this pay-per-view this weekend is going to help that, so get a little more exposure for the WEC.
All right, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. JoeRogan.net on Twitter, man. Follow
Thanks,
him.
Joe.
He's
Take
a
it
great
easy,
follow.
Thank you, gentlemen. Later.
All right, Joe Rogan.
Rogan rules.
I think we just talked for an hour and a half.
Fucking guy. The fucking guy.
Oh!
Yeah.
It's breaky time.
Breaky, wakey.